Hey guys, welcome back. It's good to have you back, and it's good to be here in Kuala Lumpur. And today I'm joined by two special guests. This is Henry and Jesse, who are YouTubers from China. And today we're going to be talking about the quality of life in Kuala Lumpur. An interesting thing is that you guys have actually lived in the UK.
For a very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about your experience living in the UK.
I personally would say it has been quite positive for me because I came to UK as a very poor migrant, so that 20 years ago I didn't even speak English.
Right.
So I think UK has given me quite a lot of opportunities so that I received a very good education. So both of us have had very good career. So Jessie, so that she worked for a leading investment bank. So I worked for a few big technology companies in the UK. So I probably would say that has, I'm very grateful to the UK. It has given me great opportunities. But lately, the country has got a lot worse than the country that I come to know 20 years ago. So I probably would say. So the quality of life wasn't great as of late.
Yeah, how about Jesse? What do you think of life in the UK?
Yeah, so before relocating to KL, I lived in the UK for 6 years. And before that, I've been living in many other countries, including the States, Singapore, Hong Kong. So I would say I've seen things has been changed, drastically, especially times during the COVID and after COVID. A lot of things that I really enjoyed has changed a little bit, which I guess make me feel that it's no longer suitable for our lifestyle. Yeah, and that's also one of the reasons why we decided to leave the UK. I would say 6 years ago when I first moved to the UK, I thought I'm gonna live there forever, but then things have changed,
So what made you think that you wanted to live in the UK forever? Was it something you really liked about it?
Yeah, because at that time I got a really good job. I love what I'm doing, and I love the environment, and then I love the big city feeling of London, and also I love the architecture, the culture there. London has so much to offer, I would say. Yeah. So there's so many good things about it, but after COVID and after the living crisis, the cost of living crisis, something just it's no longer affordable, and it's no longer safe, becoming even unsafe. Yeah.
So you guys are from Shanghai.
Yeah.
Great food there. Yeah, I've never been to China.
That's pretty good.
But I heard great things about the food in China.
Yeah.
What about Malaysia? What do you think of the food here, especially the Chinese food?
It's great. Here, I feel like the diversity is great. You can find very authentic local Chinese food, and it's not just Chinese food. It's actually divided into different cuisines. Like Sichuan, Cantonese food, or even Shanghainese food. Yeah, it's all different. And then there's a bunch of local Malaysian delights. Singaporean, those Southeast Asian food, a little bit spicy, a little bit sweet.
Yes.
If you like char kway teow, or those stuff. And then if you want for something else like Japanese food, you can find very good and authentic Japanese food. For example, 2 days ago we went to a place for Wagyu beef barbecue. I think A5 grade of a Wagyu beef from Japan, and you can do it's all you can eat. Yeah.
That was quite expensive.
I love that kind of barbecue style. It's something you don't really see much in the UK as well. It's a fairly new thing, but I lived in Japan for almost 9 years, and I can say that the Japanese food here in Malaysia is very good. Actually, pretty much the same as it is in Japan.
So how was the Japanese food in Edinburgh?
Terrible. Yeah, it's not even Japanese food. It's just fake. For some reason.
Fake sushi.
Yeah, right now in the UK, ramen is the new popular thing, right?
Yeah.
The ramen, there is not ramen in the UK. I don't know what that is, but it is not ramen.
Yeah.
It's £18 for bowl.
Yeah, in Japan, the ramen, the most important thing for the ramen is the, what do they call it again? Umami.
Umami.
Yeah, they call it the umami. It's the broth.
Oh, the broth,
broth.
Yeah. So, and it takes all day to make a good broth for the ramen in Japan. In the UK, it's just a quickly made broth.
Yeah.
Like
I think just share a very quick observation, because I think that the Japanese food that in the UK is not cooked by Japanese people.
No, it's not. No, it's cooked by anyone who's not Japanese. In Japan, the ramen is made by what they call the ramen masters.
Yeah, ramen masters.
Like these people specialize in ramen, their whole life. And it's a very competitive business in Japan, the ramen stores. Like they open and they shut down based on how the customer feels about the quality of their ramen.
Yeah.
Some of the ramen restaurants in Japan have been there for decades because the ramen they make is supreme to anything else that they can get. I tried ramen in Japan first time and I can never go back to anything.
Have you tried? I think there's a ramen chain, Japanese ramen chain. I think they opened that in Britain about 10 years ago. It's called Ippudo. Have you tried Ippudo in London?
No, I didn't try.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Really?
It's pretty much
Oh, it's
similar
like a
to
chain brand.
the standard. It's pretty much standardized.
They have chain store in New York, Hong
Yeah.
Kong, like everywhere, Singapore,
But it
Malaysia.
only costs you £25 per bowl.
That's the thing. Like
Very well, there is one.
in Japan, you'll pay something like less than £5 for a good bowl of ramen.
But to be fair, I think the Asian food in the UK is not bad. To be
Yeah.
honest, the standard is not bad. It's just very expensive.
It's
Very
expensive. And Thai food for some reason is expensive in the UK. Do you like Thai food? Yeah, you go to a Thai restaurant in the UK, you're paying top prices.
Yeah, like £20 for a dish.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. But here, like you can find it very affordable.
Yeah, and better as well.
Yeah, and better service as well.
And that's another thing. The service here in Malaysia compared to the UK, the service is much better here.
Yeah.
I definitely would agree.
I feel like the amount of restaurant supply is much more in KL
Yeah.
comparing to London, I would
That's
say.
true.
Because in London, a lot of time we have to wait in queue or you have to like make appointment in advance.
Yes.
But here you can just like walk in.
100%.
Yeah, and then the waiters are so friendly and just
Yeah.
like quickly give you the menu and everything. Yeah.
They're very friendly.
Yeah,
Like when
so
you
friendly.
go up to a restaurant here, well, like if you're just looking out the menu outside, the staff will come up to
Oh,
you
yeah.
and
Yeah.
they'll
They'll
talk
ask
to
you,
you,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
they're not like trying to force you into the restaurant, but
Yeah.
they're just they're just showing how friendly their service is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people do expect friendly service here because this is a friendly country.
Mm.
How do you feel about the weather here?
I think the good and bad. I think the UK, when like the weather is good, it's actually really lovely. But it just doesn't happen very
The
often.
summertime,
The
yeah.
summertime, it just doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
Here, I think it can get very humid, very sticky, and it can get really, really hot because like it's difficult to walk outside, say like during the day. But once I get used to it, so I think I prefer the weather here a lot more.
Yeah.
Especially that I really enjoy like doing a bit of a walk that in the evening, especially that living in Desert Park City. It is very like walkable, so there's a very nice lake. So I always do like a bit of a walk in the evening. So that was like it always like 27 degrees in the evening. So that was really, really nice.
What do
You
you
get to
think?
experience
Because for me, like I prefer hot weather. Like I hate cold weather. Yeah, and in the UK, it's not just about cold temperature. It's getting dark too early. It's like 3 p.m. During the
True.
winter time.
Yeah.
And the winter is so long. It's not like 3 months. It's like 4 months, or even in like April. Sometimes you can get snow.
That is
And
a long winter in the
Yeah,
UK.
and then it's getting dark like 3:30 p.m. and you feel
Yeah.
like your day is so short. I'm like, oh my god, I'm still like working like busy in front of the computer and it's like all dark.
I
Yeah.
remember winters in the UK, like I was doing my 9 till 5, I did not see the sun.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
You wake up and it's dark,
Yeah.
you go to work, the
Yeah.
sun rises if it is sunny,
Yeah.
and then you leave work and it's dark again.
Yeah, I can totally feel it. Yeah.
But you also lived in the USA.
Yeah.
Which states did you live in?
New York City.
Oh, okay, so that's very cold as well.
Yeah, and then there's like winter, like snowstorm.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's also horrible. Like, yeah, you have to wear like snow boots
Yeah.
to be able to step on the snow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I've been to New York and I know it's very hot in the summer and
Yeah.
very cold in the winter, so it's like
Yeah.
two extremes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, with the weather in the UK, there is a very long, cold winter, but the summers don't get so hot. I mean,
It's
in
not hot,
London they
yeah.
can get really warm, but where I'm from in Edinburgh, they're quite pleasant, but the summertime is short and totally unpredictable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
What do you think about the summertime in the UK?
I think the best summer I've had is during the lockdown. So that was amazing. Like that summer was probably hot, it's like 38 degrees or something like that.
Yeah.
Because all the grass was yellow. So
Really?
you walk in the region park, all the grass was yellow.
Yeah, they had like a drought or
really,
something.
really nice. That's during lockdown.
But last year summer, I
Was
remember
terrible,
it
very
was
wet.
only 25 degrees or so. Like
Yeah.
there's only like 1 or 2 days you can wear proper summer.
Oh, so
clothes.
you were in the
Yeah.
UK last summer?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So
because
before that
we
we-
left UK in August.
Yeah.
So we moved here in August last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So that's the last summer we spent in the UK.
Yeah, the summertime last year was definitely a bit weird. It was just
So cold,
It was
yeah.
raining as well.
Yeah,
and-
you have to
yeah.
wear, like,
Also, the
hoodies,
summer
sweaters,
before the last
yeah.
one was bad too. Like
Yeah.
2023 summer was bad. That was bad too.
That was bad. Yeah. And what do you think about the people in general in the UK compared to the people here in Malaysia?
I would say people here are more gentle and they're more friendly.
Yeah.
I'm not saying British people are not friendly, but it's just that British people sometimes they are more how do you say, they are more individualist, and if you ask them something, they will try to help you, but here people are gonna go all the way to help you. You know,
Yeah.
for example, last time I asked somebody about direction, like where to go for a parking lot, and that guy just like walked with us
Yeah.
along all the way to show the direction. Yeah, because I mean in the UK probably he just said okay go there, and then he just left, right?
Yeah.
But here people are gonna like accompany you
Yeah.
until you find your spot. Yeah.
Yeah, they really do guide you here. And something I said in one of my previous videos is like, in Scotland, we're more than happy to give you directions, but we'll follow you to make sure you do them correctly. So, like that's like the way Scottish people or British people
Yeah.
Scottish people, I guess, are different to like people in England. I would say we're more friendly in Scotland. Like, so English people watching this, I'm right, okay?
So I've lived in UK for almost 20 years. I think in general are quite nice because I lived there for quite a long time. It's very easy for me to talk to them. So I find them like overall it's friendly. But I think it's the PC culture that in the UK. I find it very even people I've known for a very long time, because I think like before I left the UK for Malaysia, so I spoke to my best friend. He's like one British guy. I've known him for like 10 years.
Yeah.
It's difficult. You're talking about certain social issues. They wouldn't open up to you. They would just, it is what it is. So they don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
So maybe that we're not close enough. I think the PC culture in the UK. And also, I just feel like people are a bit grumpy in the UK. I just feel like this is sense of like you talk a lot about your video. It's not a very happy country. Like people are just like it's just grumpy. Just not happy.
Yeah, there is a sense of like grumpiness in the air in the UK. I mean, even back in Edinburgh last year when I was walking to the office, like I was just seeing miserable grey faces, I really tried to perk myself up in the morning if I'm walking to work, even if the weather's bad, I've got my music in and I'm just like in my zone, but I can still see the faces. And it's just, I don't see the same kind of faces here,
Yeah, and also I think there's a distinctive culture difference between Asia and the UK. I think the UK, I think you talk about like top copy syndrome.
Yeah.
It just felt like you get like people are very judgmental, especially you have got inspiration, you want to do something different. People are going to judge you. It's just like the sense of negativity. I think that in Britain, the mainstream society, they don't celebrate people's success. But in Asia, it's different because like everyone wants to be successful.
Yeah.
They talk about well, they want to make a lot of money, they want to be successful. In the UK, it's frowned upon.
It's a good point.
People upset with social causes. The liberal British value. That's what people are obsessed with.
I'm gonna say it, like I have received a lot of hate from viewers on what I'm doing.
Okay.
From British people. I've left the country, I'm in this new country in a much better life, and people are attacking me saying how I'm not a patriot and how I should never go back to the UK and how I should stay in the UK and fight for the UK. And when people say to me like you should go back and fight for your country, I say to them, okay, so what are you doing for your country? What fighting are you doing? Share your plan with me, there's a lot of hypocrites.
It's the same, because sometimes when I share my view about the UK, there's a lot of people, they love to do like virtual signaling. They were just like talking about those like like just for example, talking about like I retire in Malaysia. They accuse me for being materialistic.
Right.
Just like living in Malaysia as a lifestyle choice. Like stuff like that. It's like very just like virtual signaling. Like they are the model human being, and we are this being. They're judging us just for like trying to the way how we try to live our life. With some,
And how do you feel about connecting with people here in Malaysia? Because you're from China, you speak Mandarin Chinese, and there's a 20% of Malaysia is Chinese Malaysian.
Yeah.
So how do you feel connecting with the Chinese Malaysians, Jessie?
Yeah, I would say it's quite easy because like I would say people here they're so good at languages.
Yeah.
Everybody speaks at least 3 languages.
Yeah.
So local Chinese here they speak perfect Mandarin Chinese. Some of them, most of them, they can also speak a Chinese dialect like Cantonese or Hokkien, and then they also speak perfect English.
Yeah.
So I would say making new friends or talk to strangers is not an issue.
Have you made new friends here in Malaysia? You've only been here for about 6 months.
Yeah.
So how has it been forming new friendships here in Malaysia?
Yeah, I think it's quite easy, especially in here, because Denver City is quite a community-based, and you can, like, if you take a walk or you go to those like malls, restaurants, a lot of time you're gonna bump into your neighbors. So it's quite easy to form new.
Do you have a dog?
No.
Okay, a lot of people have dogs here in Desa Park City.
It's one of the pet-friendly
Yeah.
community here.
Yeah, I think that in the UK, I find it difficult to make friends. I think before, I probably would say my English was an issue. Now I've become a lot more fluent. I think it's the culture thing in the UK, because I always thought that was just me. It was only me who was struggling, but I met some like Canadian, some American. They say they live in London for 10 years.
Even me.
They didn't have any English friends. They just it's like, I think in living in London, it's impossible even to meet one. It's just almost like, because in my neighborhood, there's all these people, like neighborhood, you want to make friends with someone, it's so transient, like in London, in big city.
London is in its own zone. London, when it comes to talking about the UK, I mean, of course you can make friends in the UK, but London is definitely the most unfriendliest place in the UK. So trying to connect with people there is not going to be as easy as if it were in a city such as Edinburgh. So you moved to Malaysia 6 months ago. What do you see for your future? Do you want to keep living here for the next 6 months?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Because we applied for the MM2H,
Great.
the Malaysia Second Home Visa.
Yeah.
So we plan to stay here for long term.
Yeah.
I can't say for how many years, but at least in the next 3 to 5 years, we're gonna be here. Yeah.
And you have a child?
Yes.
Yeah, so what do you think about raising a child here?
Oh, it's much easier.
Much easier.
Yeah. Okay, so
Easier compared to
London.
To London.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would challenge you to raise a child in London.
So for example, in London, our kid go to the nursery. It's super expensive. And
I heard
it's
that.
like £3,000 or more
A
every
month?
month. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, and it only covers until 3:30 p.m. And then imagine if we are both working, right? It's just so hard to balance your work and raising a kid.
Really challenging.
And here we go to a quite good international school. The tuition is only a fractional compared to the UK. It's like 3,000 ringgit basically, or even less. Yeah. And then if you're looking for after-school care, it's much cheaper. The nanny here is very easy to get one. Like almost all the family that I know, they have a full-time nanny, like a living nanny. But in the UK, it's just not imaginable to have a nanny, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So
only like very rich people
super
have.
rich.
It's not rich, it's super rich. You have to
Yeah, it's super rich.
Yeah.
It's super rich. They have money.
Yeah, so I would say raising a kid is much easier here.
Yes. And how is your son?
Yeah.
How does your son feel about living here?
Oh, he loves it. Yeah,
Yeah.
he loves it. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I think the place my son hates the most is Birmingham.
So was your son born in
London?
UK?
In London.
Oh, your son was born in London.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Wow.
No, but then he stayed in Birmingham for like a month. Yeah, and he went to like a nursery over there.
Wow.
Yeah, but he didn't like it.
Oh, the quality of the daycare centers here or
I think the
nurseries are
quality
much
is
better.
so much better.
Yeah.
Like, if you visit like the daycare center that in Kuala Lumpur versus London, Here it's a lot more spacious, it's very modern, facilities is much better.
Yes.
But London is 10 times more expensive, but it's worse.
Yeah. Dirty and dangerous, like in London, you know.
And also one of the things I found is those daycare or nursery teachers, they got paid so little in the UK.
Oh, yeah.
Although the tuition is so high, but then they got paid. Some of them, I think they only got paid for like 20K or even less.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
Which I don't understand, like why those essential, or workers get paid so low.
Yeah, I spoke to, like back in London, so the principal, the head teacher of the nursery, because the nursery is in central London, so she lives in Ashford, in Kent, so she has to commute like from 5:30 every morning. Because I had to ask her, why do you do this crazy commute? She said there's no job in Ashford. She couldn't find a suitable job.
Wow.
She had to come all the way from Ashford to London, commute every morning. I mean, this is crazy.
No, but she also mentioned the salary in London is higher.
Yeah, but still, I mean, it's like, I mean, like UK was a first world country. I just couldn't believe it. Like,
And did you hear recently, London has the most expensive public transport?
Oh yeah, they raised the price again too.
Yeah.
They raised the price.
Yeah.
So they're raising the prices, but they're not raising the standard.
Yeah, exactly.
But to be fair, public transportation in London is way better than KL. I think that's fair.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
No, I mean,
it's probably
there
10,
are
20 times more
more-
expensive.
More connected.
No, I would say there's more coverage. Like
Yes.
there's more MRT lines
Right.
than KL, but the service is not reliable.
Yeah.
Like because there's like several years I commute to my job by MRT, right? And then a lot of time it's delayed, it's cancelled.
Yeah.
So.
I know, I remember I was in London years ago, and I have my train ticket and everything. I go to Liverpool Street Station, cancelled.
Yeah.
What do I do now?
Yeah, and there's always a signal problem.
Always a
You're
signal
waiting on the
problem, yeah.
platform. They're like, oh, sorry, there's a 15 minutes delay due to a signaling problem.
Yeah.
I was like, why you always have signal problem?
Guys, I got the reverse culture shock when I returned to the UK after Japan.
Yeah.
Because Japan's transport system
Very
is just
efficient.
one of the best in the world.
It's very clean as well.
Very clean, very affordable, very punctual.
Yeah.
And I was used to taking that. I was taking it every day.
Yeah.
And I go back to the UK and I'm just like, what? Like,
Yeah.
where's the train?
Yeah.
And I'm paying this much
Yeah.
for this?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Because last time, 2019, when we visited like Edinburgh, on our way back to London, so basically the train service before us all cancelled. So we have to stood on the train for 5 hours.
Yeah.
I was
So
crazy.
basically, they just combine two trains into one train, and then you can imagine, right? There's so much seats, and we can just like
and we paid
stand.
like £150 per person
Yeah.
for that journey, for the privilege
You
to be on
stood?
that train.
Yeah,
whole
the whole
journey.
time. Yeah, there's no seat available.
You stood?
Yeah, and we can just
Yeah.
sit on. Yeah, there's no seat available.
For 5
So tired,
hours.
and then we can just sit on the ground basically.
Oh, wow.
We're just
See,
so
they've
tired.
never done that in
Yeah.
Japan because they care for the safety of the passengers.
Yeah.
Everyone has to be sitting.
Yeah.
But in the UK, it's like they don't care.
They
Yeah,
just
we'll take
cancel
your
one,
money.
and then just like, okay, go to the next
Yeah.
train without a seat. And there's no compensation, right? Like we pay the full
Oh,
price.
no
There's no
compensation.
compensation, no nothing. Yeah.
See, that's how the UK treats people when it comes to their transport or whatever. They want to take your money. They're more than happy to take your money, but they don't want to give you a good service. No.
No.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm here.
That's why we are here.
Here too. Because I mean, to be honest, because I'm pretty much for you. You prefer to live in the UK if the country is functioning. You see yourself have a very good future. You would much prefer. Because I think there are many good aspects, like cultural aspects. Like I really enjoy, like talking to English people, like to enjoy the local culture, that kind of thing. It's a lot more banter, like British sense of humor.
Yeah.
I really miss it
Yeah.
a lot. But unfortunately, so we have to come all the way, to Malaysia to enjoy like good standard of living.
Well, you have a new British friend, so we
Yeah.
can still have the banter.
I prefer English friend, but it's okay. Scottish will do.
I'm gonna cut that out. Guys, thanks a lot for tuning in, and it's been great to have Henry and Jesse on the show today. Guys, can you give the viewers any bit of advice about coming here to Malaysia based on your experience?
Prepare for the heat, but the rest is perfect.
Yeah, what I would say is that I think it's important you do a lot of research Because I think it's true, like Malaysia is not as developed as the UK in general, but there are some very good bits. Like the part that we are staying, which I think is the best part of like Malaysia, which is like the quality of life is way, way, way above anything UK can offer. So I think it's important that you need to do like good research. You need to know what you want, and also that come to a good area. So I think Malaysia has a lot to offer.
Yes.
A hidden gem.
It's a hidden gem, absolutely. I mean, if you want to base yourself somewhere in Southeast Asia, Kuala Lumpur is a great place because you can fly anywhere from here as well.
Yeah,
What do you think of the airport here at
Well,
KLIA?
it's good. Yeah,
It's
it's good.
decent,
Yeah. And there's direct flight back to London.
London,
Yeah.
to daily to Melbourne.
Oh,
But of
okay.
course, we don't want to go there anymore. Yeah.
I value my life too much.
But you could also fly back to Shanghai really easily.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5 hours.
5 hours.
Yeah, 5 hours. So
And you can
5
fly like a cheap airline.
Like Air Asia,
Air
it's
Asia.
one of
Yeah.
the cheapest like
2,000 ringgit maybe?
Yeah.
airline that in the
Okay.
world, Air Asia.
But that's what I do. I do miss like that about the UK, that we're so close to like other European
Yeah,
countries.
yeah,
I think
You
that's
can get
the
there
thing,
like
yeah.
Ryanair, EasyJet.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I think
£100 you can go to Paris.
I have done several road trips in Malaysia. Like it's nothing compared to Europe. Like
Yeah.
Europe is still, the road trip is the best in Europe. It's
Yeah.
nothing even come close
Yeah.
to the standard you're gonna expect. Like in Europe, that's crazy expensive. Like
Yeah.
Europe, I stayed in a hotel at €200.
Wow.
Like you
We
can
did
get-
once, like we drove all the way from London to Paris.
Okay.
During the COVID time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was.
There's no tourists. There was no
experience was
tourists. Like
amazing.
in
Yeah.
Paris,
Yeah.
amazing.
Wow. There's a smooth drive.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you're like across the tunnel. There's like a train. Yeah.
Speaking of driving, you guys have a car. What do you think of the price for petrol here?
Oh my God, it's one of the cheapest. I would
Yeah.
In the
say.
world, the ninth cheapest in
2
the world.
ringgit per liter.
Was that 40p
Wow.
Yeah,
per
and
litre?
then
2 ringgit per litre.
Yeah.
40p.
Wow.
In the UK, it's
40p
like,
per litre, guys.
Yeah, yeah, 4 times, right? 4 times in the UK.
That's because the government subsidizes
Yeah,
the petrol
it is.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also it's a resource for country
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
that's what I was telling like Daryl earlier. If like Scotland go independent, they probably can have that on that one.
Mm.
You probably have checkpoints to stop all the English people like driving to
You know,
Scotland.
they had that opportunity and they blew it.
Yeah.
You know.
So the way that they do it, because the Singapore and Malaysia, because like if you drive like a car with a Singaporean plate,
Yeah.
then you can't get cheap petrol.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
so
okay.
it's the same. Like in the future, when you see like English plate,
Yeah.
drive to like Scotland. So that's like like standard
Right.
pricing, £1.50 per litre for you.
Wow.
Wait, but how much is petrol in Scotland?
So 140p per litre.
A
It's the
pound
same.
40?
Yeah.
Well, in London it's £1.40. At least last year it was £1.40.
The Malaysian government, they care about how much things cost here for their
I
people.
think
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think one thing I probably just want to add on petrol, because I think there is so much price gouging that in the UK. Depends on where that you fill up your car. If you go to
Yeah.
like motorway station, so much more expensive.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Malaysia, everywhere. Doesn't matter where
It's
you
the
go.
same.
It's
It's
the same
the
price.
same,
The same
yeah.
price, like 40p per litre.
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere you go. You go to motorway
It
station.
doesn't matter where
go
you
to
go.
city
Yeah.
centre.
Yeah.
But in UK, it's dynamic pricing. It depends. They just see that how
You know,
much
in the
they
UK,
raise
there's
it.
like even an app telling you
Oh,
which
yeah.
petrol station has the cheapest price.
Wow.
Sometimes we check and then we drive all the way
Yeah.
there to get food.
I mean that's the thing, 'cause like I feel in general, I think a lot of people like in the West, they're looking down on countries like Malaysia because they feel it's not liberal democracy, because it's like they just say lots of kind of crazy thing, but I feel like like this society functions a lot better than the West, and
Yeah.
they like care about their citizens a lot more.
Mhm.
They provide a lot more subsidies, so I think it's a great place to live.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can all understand that no country is perfect. You know, if you're going to live in a different country, there will be some things that you won't like.
Yeah.
But here in Malaysia, for me anyway, the pros are much better. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when it comes to the weight of the pros, you know, like, there's way more pros here living in Malaysia compared to living in the UK where there's more cons. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Well, I
definitely.
think if I have to sum up one major difference between Malaysia and Britain is that Malaysia, they put their people first. The people
Yes.
want to queue for everything.
I see that, 100%. Like, the Malaysian government look after the Malaysian people. Like, they're not letting in hundreds of refugees every day and looking after them first, you know, and that's what Britain is doing. But Malaysia, they definitely have more common sense, I would say. Yeah. But guys, thanks a lot for watching. We're going to end it here. It's been great to have you. Subscribe, check out their channel as well, guys. But your channel is mostly in Chinese.
Yes, but we do have English subtitles.
Yeah. Check them out, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thank you. Bye bye.